question 3 of our evaluation. So what have you learned from your audience feedback? We had a mixture of positive and negative responses. For positive, the audience really liked our costumes and thought it was very symbolic to the character and very stereotypical attire that they wore, so they easily identified what their occupation was. We had a diverse selection of locations which related to what was going on in the plot. For example, the Mima was a good base for an office type, high standard building, as well as this little hotel which we used for conference, and it's used for conferences anyway, so we thought that was really good to use. They also liked the camera angles as well. Thought it expressed emotion quite well, and we also have some negative feedback as well, which Anna's going to back around.
Hello. The negative feedback from the audience The negative feedback was from the audience that in some of the cases we've used too much of natural light, especially in Mima. Like we shooted while I was sat down, and there was too much light coming from the window, and it was reflecting my face. So I think it was a bit too much over. The reason was because we were too depending upon the natural light, and we should have not done that. We should have brought our own light, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Should have brought our own lights and lamps and everything that we could control the light. So we did not have control over any of the resources that was available. I mean. So it's been good, but it's been like extra light. And one of the situations was that when we were shooting in the Theatre Hotel, when I was walking in the entrance, the audience spotted that when I was saying my dialogue, the light was very low, so they couldn't see my face properly. Like, especially it was hard for them. They could see it, but they had to concentrate very hard, So it wasn't like clear, straight to the point. This was because down to again that we relied on the natural light again and did not had our own light, because the light was it was in the evening, so the sun was right at the top, so I mean it couldn't give enough light to the entrance, so that was a mistake we had. But I mean for next time if we do it, we would actually really concentrate on our lighting effect, where we're gonna use the light. We're gonna use low light, extra light, medium light, and especially that's all it's all been. And also, the audience also said they really liked the tilt-up camera, edited we used, in Mima when Laura was walking and we used the tilt-up camera, the audience really liked the camera that was going up, slightly up, and we actually done a few practice to do that, so it was all good. We've had a problem on tripod, a few times. We've had tripod that was not balanced right, we recorded half of our film doing Mima, and at the end of the day we realised that the film was a bit horizontal. It was not in the straight pattern, so we had to redo it because of the tripod. It wasn't balanced out properly. There was faulties.
And it's important to know faults as well, that on our last day of filming, when we had very limited time before we had to edit for the deadline, the battery that we had for our camera had run out, and we didn't really have any others really, because there wasn't any available. So we had to substitute my camera, which is a Nikon Coolpix L120, and we had to basically record from that, which we managed. We successfully recorded.
Because that was our backup. We had our backup camera already. So I think that was the strong point was when we already knew about the camera. We thought we'll have an extra camera with us, and that actually helped us a lot.
We used our initiative in that one. Yeah.
Overall, what the audience did gather was the plot, and we must admit we were actually relying on special effects. In our planning, we had actually planned to use a green screen to show Ahmed as a ghostly figure in one of the sequences, in one of the scenes, like the cash point, for example. However, we didn't. We overestimated basically, and we didn't actually have time to do that. So when the audience were watching it, they're like, well, there's a businessman, but they didn't really grasp that it was a travel back in time. They understood the good future sequences, bad future sequences, but they didn't understand when we told them it was a time travel film. They didn't understand that, and that was my main negative feedback.
Because this is predominantly a folk narrative film.
But they didn't understand that. However, we did try to use transactions in our film to show, like, when they blacked out, they did gather from there, oh, that's a time period, they did see that from there.
Editing actually helped a lot. Like,
Yeah,
I'd say like
definitely.
70% of editing made our film more professional, more better, and it actually worked a lot well better.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
audience really liked our storyline, the storyline we had. It was more like business look.
They really liked the very end. They liked how it turned from the very end.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't, because we wanted the ending of the film to be a big bang, like, oh, we didn't expect
Big
that.
twist.
However, they did actually expect it. They were just like, oh, well, that was just, it wasn't a cliffhanger. We wanted it to end in an explosion, but it didn't have that effect. So again, if we had the chance to do it, we'd probably spend more time in filming, in actually using special effects, and actually planning out the time. Because like if we said, the locations, they were public locations, and what we didn't gather is the amount of time we'd have to actually spend asking permission, filling out forms, and us three basically being naive, we couldn't film some days like we wanted to because locations weren't available to us. So if we actually had the chance to do it again, we'd probably choose less public locations, so we wouldn't have to have like the whole, oh, you can't film, you can't film. We'd be able to just do it straight away.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's
Anything else? Anything else to cover? But yeah, I think all in all, we made our best of like a sort of bad attempt.
And we did get like more positive feedback, because I think they did like the story.
They did like the acting. They said they liked the acting. They said they did one comment that we got. They did say it was kind of comical. That wasn't the approach we were going for, but we still class it as positive feedback. At least they enjoyed the film.
And
the
actually, the
acting.
film actually related to our genre, which was thriller, and it actually worked out because we keep the audience suspense at the end what he's going to do with the laptop. Because once it's showed the bad future and the good future, it leaves to the audience. The audience end up thinking, what's he going to choose? What's he going to do? But again, like as Paige said, it turned out to be good.
I mean, I personally think of like how blurred, and I do admit the plot is blurred because of the lack of, transitions effect. Sometimes when we had a really good transition effect, it wouldn't really let us render it, therefore we couldn't use it because it would just like mess the film up. So like the plot, it jumps a lot and it's really unclear. So I do admit that the film is very amateur.
Anyways, overall we enjoyed our filming, and it's been great working together as a group. Thank you very much.
Thank you.